It's been hard to ignore the hype around Google's tools for the last few years, but I hear a lot of people saying things that just aren't true. Transparently, I've used Microsoft products for over 30 years, but I created a Google account to give it a real test. Today, I'll break down the 5 key differences that actually matter when you're running a business. First up, the huge misconception over price. Google Workspace gets recommended all the time because it's free. But that's only true for personal use. A business plan on either platform is paid. And when you compare the similar plans, Microsoft is usually slightly cheaper. Microsoft 365 Basic, as of this recording, undercuts Google's equivalent and offers more features baked in. So round 1 of my comparison goes to Microsoft 365. But price is less important than having the right tools day to day. If you've used Microsoft for years, switching to Google can feel like time travel, and not in a good way. Google Docs and the rest of the suite still uses drop-down menus versus Microsoft's ribbon interface that was introduced back in 2007. I do have to admit that if you already know Google Workspace, then switching to Microsoft may feel foreign too. While our standard apps, documents, spreadsheets, email exist in both suites, it comes down to the features and the functions within them. Knowing where these features are and what they're called saves time every single day. Things like creating custom styles or navigating advanced settings can become minor roadblocks that adds up fast when you're doing it every single day. When I'm using Google, I'm finding that it takes me minutes to do things, which I know exactly where they are in Microsoft, and that just takes me seconds. So, round 2 of my comparison goes to whichever tool you're already familiar with, if either of them. Now let's look at something that can really stall your business growth if it's not seamless. That's collaboration. Everyone talks about how Google makes real-time collaboration easy. But here's the thing, Microsoft does it as well. With OneDrive, SharePoint, and web versions of the standard Office suite, Word and Excel, you can co-edit, comment, and track changes just like in Docs or Sheets. If your clients or team already use Microsoft, forcing them into the Google workflow can cause unnecessary friction. So you might start by looking at what your team or clients are most familiar with. And if you're scaling your business, seamless file sharing isn't optional. It's your foundation. So round 3 of my comparison goes to whichever platform your clients or teams are most familiar with. Of course, working together also means communicating, and this is where the platforms really split paths. Starting with Google, Gmail is clean and simple. Outlook, it's a control panel with power user tools built in. If you need calendar layering, meeting controls, or deep integration with Word, Excel, or PowerPoint, Microsoft wins this round. Plus, Microsoft Teams is bundled into most business plans and gives you meetings, chat, and doc sharing in one hub. On the flip side, Google Meet and Chat are improving, but at the moment they still feel like separate tools you have to stitch together. This is one of those areas that quietly shapes your team's experiences and responsiveness. So, in all honesty, round 4 is going to go to Microsoft again. But none of it matters if your data isn't protected. So, let's talk security. Both platforms meet basic security needs. But the question is, how much security do you want or even need? Microsoft gives admins tighter security settings, policy control, or compliance tools out of the box, meaning you don't need to do anything. It's just there for you. If you're in a highly regulated industry or growing fast, that flexibility could save you serious stress or even liability. By comparison, Google offers good protection too, but some controls are buried or only available in higher tiers. So, sorry again, Microsoft is going to win round 5. You might be asking, so what's the right call? Well, let's bring it home. Look, to be honest, there is no wrong answer. Personally, I will always lean towards Microsoft. Not just because it's what I know, although that's definitely a part of it, but because it works faster for how I run my business. Google isn't bad, but unless you, your team, or your clients are already more familiar with it, it's a solution that can cost slightly more, both in time and money, and the collaboration tools are a bit weaker. Now, if you're thinking Microsoft, there's one more piece. Should you go with Microsoft Business or Personal? The video on the next screen, and I'll walk you through that decision right now.